Hello everyone. We've been missing for probably about a week. All been down with colds and getting a bit overly busy really in this season, which should be Advent, but feels like it's Christmas already. I'm sure you've probably got the same kind of weather that we have. Maybe we've got a bit more snow where you are. It's very, very cold, and I'm just out for a dog walk. I just thought I'd say a quick word about today's verse, which is one of my favourite bits of the Bible, John 1, 14 to 16. I don't have it in front of me, so forgive me if I misquote it, but it's something like, out of God's fullness, we have received grace upon grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth come from Jesus Christ. And it goes on a little bit more than that, but the bit I want to focus on is this thing about the grace and truth that comes through Jesus Christ. I don't know what you were taught about grace, but an acronym is God's riches at Christ's expense. Grace, God's riches at Christ's expense. And that is true. We receive the grace of God, God's mercy and forgiveness and love because of Jesus' death for us on the cross. But Jesus was perfect. He didn't need anyone to die for him, and yet he was full of grace and truth. Jesus is the embodiment of God's grace. The Old Testament talks about God's loving kindness, and that's how I like to think of grace. It's God's loving kindness to us. And we have received grace upon grace. Just walking out this morning at this beautiful frost, I'm probably not really capturing it properly on my camera, but it's absolutely beautiful. Although, of course, freezing and deadly cold, really. But there is so much that we have to be thankful for the gift of life itself and all the good things that God gives to us, our families, our friends, or all the blessings that we take time to say thank you for, hopefully. But we messed it up. And yet God continues in his love for us. And so much so that he came as a human being. He gave his son Jesus for us because he wanted to pursue us, because he loves us so. And God's grace means that he doesn't just love us because he has to, because he's God in a begrudging kind of way, but he loves us because he wants to, because he can't get enough of us, because he even likes us. And he loved us so much that he became one of us, and he lived amongst us, and he healed people, and he set people free, and he welcomes sinners, and he welcomes each one of us, and he died for us, and he rose again for us. That's what grace is. May you know his grace today. Amen.